The next tip for thriving during this coronavirus pandemic: deleting distractions. When I came back to the US, I had no internet here because I don't really live here. I haven't been back in a while. So I just used my phone as a hotspot. Was that a good thing or a bad thing? It's definitely not as convenient. I have to turn on a Wi-Fi hotspot when I need to use the internet, like uploading videos. I can't leave it on because I know my computer just eats data. We don't have unlimited data. We have a lot of data, like 80 gigabytes, but there's no such thing as unlimited data in the US. But I was more productive. I had a plan around the internet access times. You would think inconvenience is making you less productive. I had to say, okay, I'm done with this, but I have to wait for this. Or I have to look this up. Oh, but I have to wait for this. This being my internet time. But I also didn't get all these distractions associated with the internet. I started not carrying my phone around the place. You would think I'm easy to reach. I'm just in one place most of the time. Yeah, but I'm not available all the time. In the past, I used to respond when I see a pop-up, a new message. Now, I respond on my own time, when I have time. I don't let it bother me when I'm concentrating. It's a concept called external versus internal locus of control, where the power comes from. It's interesting, this concept of self-control, how much you have. I remember when I was reading about a study, and it talked about two different groups of people. Some people thought it was limited. Some people thought it was unlimited. And if you look at how their lives worked itself out, the people who thought it was unlimited actually had unlimited control. At the end of the day, a very stressful day with lots of hard decisions, they still avoided eating the chocolate cake in the fridge. And the people who thought they had limited amounts, well, yeah, they used it all up. They just gorged on that chocolate cake at the end of their stressful day. But I thought I could be strong. I could change myself. I could be in that group who thought control was unlimited. But it hasn't worked out. And I just gave up. I just turned off the data on my phone. Yeah, people couldn't reach me if you use a messaging app. You could still call, this or that. But hey, it's a trade-off, right? I just gave them, say, hey, my locus of control, the source of power is external. My circumstances, the environment around me. Is that bad? If you read about Obama, when he was president, he didn't choose his suits. You'll see I wear only gray or blue suits. I'm trying to pare down decisions. I don't want to make decisions about what I'm eating or wearing because I have too many other decisions to make. People call this decision fatigue. It's like when you're puzzling at the grocery store because you're trying to buy something. I don't cook very often. Starting to cook more now. Say I'm trying to buy some flour. There's types of flour? Huh? How do I make a decision? When I was in Singapore trying to figure out which rice cooker, don't know. But by moving this to external, my self-control, I don't have to decide. And you don't have to decide whether to take a break to browse the internet on your phone and say, okay, let's take a look. Because you have no phone. Rather, your phone has no data. You can't browse the internet. In Singapore, I had no car. I didn't have to decide whether or not I'm going to go out via car or via bike, because I had no car. Decision made. But when I was here in the Bay Area, I often had to decide. Oh, it's sort of cold this morning. Biking, I know it's good, but it's a little bit of work. I'm gonna get sweaty. Ironically, it took the same amount of time many times because there's traffic. And when you're biking, there's not the same traffic in the morning. Biking takes energy, the car, no energy. Oftentimes I take the car because I spent so long deciding whether to take the car or the bike. And then it was too late. Or so I thought. Because the car is faster, technically, right? So the tip of today is modify your life around you. Don't try to change your thinking. Just change all this stuff around. Minimize these pop-ups. We all don't like pop-ups on a computer, on the web browser. Chrome has tried to get rid of a lot of them. But your phone has pop-ups all the same. Do you have to get notified every time you get a new message? New email? Do you really care that there's a sale going on? That Del Taco has a new promotion? You could check it later when you have time. You could set aside a time. Maybe when you're all done with your stuff. Set your phone on silent. Put it face down if you feel the need to have it physically near you. You want to be able to focus, to concentrate. And if you cut yourself out from the outside world, for most people that's doable. Even for programmers. My friend works in a company, a tech company, and now he's working from home. He gets to decide how he wants to arrange his time. He's worked out a strategy where he does 2 hours in 2 separate blocks every day, just when he's purely programming, not distracted by anything else. And he found out he could finish his whole week's of work in just 2 to 3 days. And it's not like he doesn't have work. He's a good programmer. He does a lot of work because his company had layoffs, but he somehow managed to not be laid off. Yeah. Oh, wow. Much more productive that way. I always thought it was the goal to work on concentration as a skill. Sort of like, any other skill. I thought society had just lost it. Everybody gets diagnosed with ADHD nowadays. Attention hyperactivity deficit disorder. We just need to work harder on focusing on concentrating. I didn't realize it's the environment around me, all these distractions we have. So now I'm working on environment. What I could change about it to minimize the distractions. So I could concentrate and focus. Because I don't have other stuff to do, to worry about. Not much is essential. Even eating, presuming you don't have diabetes or medical issues. If you're hungry, it doesn't mean you have to stop what you're doing. You could keep on working. I could keep on writing. I could keep on recording. Deal with it. And maybe, if I just do this long enough, my mindset will follow. And I will be somebody who has unlimited amounts of self-control.